Hey guys, so I have a super special treat for you today. We're here at Broche Ballet with Julie, who is the owner and one of the teachers at Broche, which is a special studio in Denver that is geared towards adults, which is just the best thing ever. So today we're gonna work on strengthening exercises for your Arabesque, as well as a few specific stretches that will really help you. And then if you go over on Broche Ballet's YouTube channel, you'll also see another video that we did with our top 5 tips to get that nice, long, strong Arabesque that we all want so much. All right, so let's get started. Julie's gonna show the first exercise that we're doing. We're gonna lay on our stomach. And you can put your forehead on your hands, whatever's comfortable there for you. And then we're just gonna work on, if you watch the video that we did over on Julie's channel, you'll hear how important it is to get that length in your Arabesque. So we're going to start, we're actually gonna rotate into like a first position, and you feel the seal of the back of your legs, and then she's just gonna lift that leg into a tendu derriere. And it's gonna be low, right? I don't want you to crunch it up too high. I want you to think, good, and relax. I want you to think about it starting actually from the top of your hip. It's gonna lengthen all the way out, and you're trying to reach that toe to whatever's behind you, the wall or anything like that. And we'll just lower and lift, and we'll do that for 8 times, because as dancers, we like to count to 8, okay? So I'm gonna join you for this. We're gonna lay down, and we're just gonna lift the left leg up, up and down, and up and down. This is 3. Really trying to get the longest leg possible. So you wanna feel the straightness behind the back of your knee. 6, pretty sure, sometimes I lose count. 7, good, and 8. Now we're just gonna switch to the left side. Or, no, that's your right side. Yep, sorry. And now we're just gonna switch to the right side, bringing it up. And one thing that I forgot to mention is you wanna feel equal pressure through both points of your pelvis here. You don't wanna rock your hips from side to side. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so the next exercise is going to be the second half, where we're working on lengthening our back up and away. So here you have a couple options. You can keep your hands glued to your forehead as you come up. She's going to lift the back up. You can put your hands on your shoulders, or you can put your fingertips behind your neck, but you want to be really careful here that you're not pulling on your neck with this. So again, we're not working on getting height here with the back. We don't want to crunch up. Can you show what that would look like to just like crunch up? See, there's no length in the neck, and it's going to really bother your back. Okay. So again, we're just working on that arc from the base of the pelvis. It's going to lift through and up. That's it. And it can be just small and down, because we're just working on strengthening all these muscles. Up. Down, good, 3, and down, and 4, and down, 5, down, and 6, and 7, good, and 8. Great. Then we'll put those 2 exercises together, and what we're going to do here is, instead of doing all 8 on one side, we'll switch right and left. So she's going to lengthen out her back, out her leg at the same time. Up and down. Good. 2 and down. And 3 and down. And 4 and down. Good. Keep going. 5 and down. This helps to keep it nice and long here, the same thing that we're working for as we do our Arabesque in the air or at the bar. That was it, right?
That was 8, yes. That was a hard 8.
That was a hard 8. It's harder to put them together. I decided to let you do it because it's really hard for me to talk on my stomach. But you're doing great. It's great. Okay, good. So while we're down here, let's go ahead and throw in one of those arabesque stretches that we talked about. So this is the cobra stretch, which you will definitely be familiar with if you've done yoga. Yeah, so she's going to put her hands right under her knee, not her knees, that's her shoulders. She's going to put her hands right under her shoulders. And again, you don't want to press straight up, but you want to think about lengthening up and arcing forward and pressing up from there. Good. So yeah, you have quite a bit of back flexibility there. But you can see her neck is still really long. Her abs are still engaged. There's no dumping there. And she's really going up, 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 and out. And then she'll lower it down, trying to get longer through each vertebra and down. And then I can do it again. That would be a lot. I don't know. Maybe let's try it just for 4. Of course, you can tell me if you're tired or not. That's it. Good. Yeah. And then again, lift, 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 lift. That's nice. And come down. And then anytime that I do a stretch like that, I always like to finish with a child's pose, so she can sit her bottom back to her knees, her heels with those wide knees, and let it go forward. So whenever you're crunching, well, not crunching, you should not be crunching. Whenever you are working on stretching your back, I always like to do the opposite stretch to make sure to give it a nice break. Okay, so from there, let's move on to our hands and knees. All right, so I'm going to have, so hands right under your shoulders. Let's push your knees back just a little bit. That's it. So we're in a nice box shape here, and then she's going to raise her right arm with her left leg, so it's making one straight line, and she's really working on getting that belly button to spine, super long back, and then come down with control. And as you're doing these, go ahead and switch. Now you do the left hand and the right leg. As you're doing these, just really, really thinking about holding that core tight through the sides, keeping the hips really square, and down. Good. So that's it. So these, really pause for 1 second. We can do these either in a traditional turn position where your hips are super square and your heels straight up, which feels a little funky for us ballerinas, but it's really great for the back strengthening. But then as you're working for arabesque as well, I would also suggest you do some where you go ahead and rotate and have that long turned out position. So that's it. And come in. We'll do 4 more. And out, and in, there you go. You can feel, this one's really challenging for me right now. I probably need to do it like every day. We'll get on that. Good, I think that was 8. So another thing you can do from this position that's a combination of strengthening, but it's also a little bit of a stretching. She's not gonna lift her arms, and in fact, I would almost say to put this hand, your right hand, a little bit forward for stabilization, and you're going to work just on the left leg. You're going to bring it in and then kick it back into a grandma bump. And kick, there you go. And 2, and 3, good. Keep it over here. And 5, I think that's right, might have been 4, 7, and 8. Good, then we'll switch. Left hand's a little bit forward just to stabilize. You're pressing through, expanding this back, and do your kicking, and 2, and 3, and 4, good, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Good. Go ahead and finish that with a quick child's pose as well, just to keep things nice and long. Child's pose, if you didn't know, is like my favorite stretch ever, and I do it probably after almost everything. So, okay. From there, we're going to go ahead and move to the wall. So we've done all of our strengthening. We're going to show you another stretch that's really great for your hip flexor. So yeah, you're going to scoot your knee all the way back. So you want to have your knee as close to the wall as possible, and then this leg's going to come up into your lunge. Good. And from here, you're really working on lengthening this forward. Yeah. And the wall's just there to help you get further into that stretch. Another thing that is really great that I've been working on this summer is the PNF stretching. So you can push your foot into the wall for a count of 8. So pushing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then releasing it and just going back, yes. And then coming forward again, a little bit deeper. And this is just really great for getting into this hip flexor.
So why do you need the hip flexor stretched?
The hip flexor is super important for the length of your arabesque because for your supporting side, you want to be really, really flat up here, and then as you go back, it's just crucial as you go back as well. Do you have anything to add on that?
Well, that back leg as it goes up, it needs that length or else it won't be able to flatten
Right, yeah.
the working leg.
Yeah, I think
on that
it's
hip.
really crucial for both sides because the flatness through the front of the hips is something that we're always working for in ballet, and the hip flexor tends to get really tight. A lot of people tend to use the hip flexor instead of other smaller muscles, so it's really important to stretch it out. Good. Let's switch legs.
And we all sit in chairs all day.
Oh yeah, that's
Which
huge.
does not help.
That is huge, yeah. And all sorts of things, running, riding your bicycle, all the things that we do on a day-to-day basis can get that hip flexor tight. So you can see a little bit better on this side, I think, just how we're really, really working on getting flat through here. That's something I talk about pretty much in every exercise that we do in ballet. I was talking last night with my students about how they can imagine like on the 2 points of their hips is suspenders, right, that are like pulling up and back. So, great. And then we'll do that PNF stretch. So she's pushing the leg, the energy is going into the wall. The wall doesn't have to press back because it's pretty solid. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then release it and come back a little bit more. There you go. And I think this one actually feels pretty good. So.
Good in a bad way, bad in a good
Yeah,
way,
it's intense.
Yeah.
It's intense, and I remember the first time I ever did it with the wall, it was much more intense. But anything that stretches my hips is welcome right now. All right. Okay, so last stretch that I'm going to show you is a stretch for your hamstrings, which is also super critical for your arabesque, and another place that gets really tight. So she's actually going to sit facing the wall. You don't have to have a wall to do this. You can keep your feet just flexed. But I love doing it with the wall because, again, it's doing some of the work for you. And it's helping you get more intensified in that stretch. So from here, again, it's really important that she's not like rounding into her back. But she's going to sit up really, really tall. I always tell my little kids that they're on a throne, right, with a crown on their head. And she'll bring her arms up into that 5th position. And then it's like she's lengthening from here to go over. That's it. And then you go as far as you can with that long back, and then you can relax it down, and it will round from there. Good. And then we'll just do that 4 times. So she'll come up again through the 5th, lengthen, lengthen. Oh, that's a nice flat back. And go over, and all the way over. Good. We'll do 2 more. She'll come up, 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 up. Good. And over, all the way down. And last time. Make sure as you're lengthening that you're not letting the shoulders come up. Just show it, yeah. You don't want to lengthen through your shoulders. The shoulders press down, you lengthen through the spine. Good. And then go all the way over like that. Good. Fantastic. All these exercises and the stretches that we showed you in combination is a really nice short set of exercises and stretches that you could do on a regular basis to strengthen and stretch all of those different components that go into making that beautiful arabesque that we all want so much. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and please go check out the video over on Julie's channel. You will hear so many nuggets of gold that I think are really, really crucial for getting your arabesque. As always, thanks for watching. Please give this a thumbs up if you found it helpful. I'd love to have you as a subscriber if you're not already, and well, never mind. And I'll see you next time. I was like, well, we won't see you next time. Maybe we will. I'm really
Maybe we will.
yeah,
Maybe we'll see you again.
Maybe we'll see you again. I'll see you.
That's funny.
I love it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Maybe with Julie, maybe not. Okay.